work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like it or not, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Like it or not. Rebecca Azor is in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, or real life-ish. I live in life in the ATL. Benjamin, yeah, that's my man. He's always coming up with the master plan. Politics, scheming, or trying to find the meaning of life. And while the feds keeps us in strife. I'm your DJ. I really don't need no introduction right now, but you know what? I stay dropping them jams. Y'all know who I am. Good hope, dad jokes, culture-ish, politics. What you're hearing right now was the culmination of all of this. I started out with the mic in my hand, and I graduated to a plethora of fans. I love bringing joy to the people. It makes me feel great, makes me feel regal. I do what I do for you. I do what I do for you. Let's go. It's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Like it or not, y'all. 2023. Let's start this damn show. Let's go.
Like It or Not starts now.
Can you hear me now? Good morning, good morning, good morning.
I can hear you now. It just looks like your camera's kind of moving slow, or is it mine?
No, it's me. I'm a little glitchy. Give me a second, folks. How you doing?
You may have to restart your camera. That's what was happening to me a little earlier. Go ahead and probably just restart the camera, unplug it and plug it. Well, you look good now.
It's like I have some stuff going on in the background. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, sure, no problem. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth and not care who doesn't like it. It's your girl, Rebecca Azor. I was trying to give you a little look on the head right now. Well, I need to blend that in a little bit. I have my how you call it, mouchoir, my head scarf on. But we are here with you on this Saturday morning, the morning after, or the Saturday after Christmas. Okay, so you know, Christmas trees are still lit. You know, Christmas trees still in the back, but it's coming down soon because I can't keep it up another day. But I'm glad to be with you guys this morning. There's a lot of developments that's been going on, but I've been looking at so much nice positivity on the internet streets during the holiday season. People sharing their pajama pictures. I ain't take none because the man that was supposed to take pajama pictures with me, he ain't do right. So now I'm single, right? Single for the holidays. But God is still good. But I've been seeing a lot of pajama pictures, family together. I got the opportunity to be with my family, my brother and my sister who were here for the holidays or for Christmas. And I did like a little setup in my home, which was really beautiful. And then I ended up doing like a movie night where they all fell asleep. I tried to watch Christmas movies with them, but baby, we are tired. Two was working corporate jobs. We trying to get life together. And after they had a good meal that I cooked, everybody went to sleep because the people were tired. I had sent my father some glasses for Christmas because, you know, we raising our parents now. Millennials understand this. We the ones that are raising our parents right now. They ain't doing right. So they ain't getting prescription glasses. Okay. They're not going to get checkups. We got to check on them to go get checkups. So with my father, I had sent him some glasses. I'm going to play you guys what he sent me back. I had sent him some glasses because when I went down there in November, the man he taking pictures with me and my poor baby, his glasses was just sitting like this. Okay, sitting like this. And I'm like, sir, So my daddy, when I sent him the glasses, I was so nervous because I'm like, I usually get him like gifts that are, like Apple products or something because I was working, I had a little change, and now the Christmas ain't a struggle. Christmas is a blessed Christmas, but the coin ain't there. So I got him some seeing glasses, 7 pairs of them, and here's what he sent me. If you guys can hear this, and I can't play it too long because baby, here you go. The man done sent me. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. He didn't even say thank you. He just sent me that as a sound. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. And I'm like, not him saying he's so excited. And then he texted me. He said, you knew exactly what I needed. And I kind of took that as, dang, we really are raising these people we call parents, mom and dad, because they ain't gonna do right. And I knew what he needed. And usually I get him some gadget or something, but this was necessary. So that's my Christmas story with my mom, with my dad. My mama, what did I give my mama? A Bible holder. No, a Shonespingans holder. Shonespingans is our Haitian hymn book. And when I was down there for Thanksgiving, see how I said my daddy's glasses was going like this? My mama was leading service and brought me to like a Haitian service. So she was leading service. She done opened her hymn book, baby. The pages was flying out. The hymn book is aged. It's probably before me. The pages were falling out everywhere. She didn't have a little cover on top, so it was just all over the place. So got my mama a hymn book for her to put her or not a hymn book cover for her to put it in there, and it got a little handle on there as well for her. So I got her that because I was picking up the little pieces of the hymn papers. So my sister got her a new hymn book, and I got her the hymn book holder because mama, the pictures from 1987 was flying out. Little notes that she had written over the years was flying out. It was just a whole thing. Anywho, Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. All the things. And I'm going to check my comment section to see who we got while I wait for Benjamin P. Dixon to tell me if he has restarted or not, or if he's back in and I'm running my mouth. But those are the things that I did for the holidays. And my other brother is now here. I have a nephew. Look, because I'm just giving y'all my business. I have a nephew who was born on Christmas Day, and his name is Green. My brother named him Green after Christmas. I told him it's giving Grinch. My brother's not American. He was born in Haiti, so I don't know what that was about. But happy birthday, happy belated Green. Love you so much. Tati loves you. And right now, this weekend, my other nephews are here. So shouts out to Josiah, Jediah, and Eli. Mwah. I know that, again, it's right after the holidays. Everything is crazy. But I was telling them about my holidays, man. I gave them the whole spiel. Mama and daddy, I have to raise my parents now. They don't do right.
Yeah,
so
I heard about the glasses, and I can see clearly now.
It was so cute. And then my mama, I was telling them how I got her a hymn book holder because when I was there for Thanksgiving, while my daddy was walking around with his glasses like this, mama had the hymn book and the pieces flew out of the hymn book because it's real old, and it flew all over the church, and I was picking it up while she was leading service piece by piece, and I said mama needs a hymn book holder because that would have never happened if it was in a contained situation. But yeah, that was my Christmas. And how was yours? How was your holiday?
Oh, it was fine. I mean, we had a good time. We did Christmas stuff. We ate Christmas food, and we did all of that. We did the musical thing that we did Tuesday night and Wednesday night. That was nice. Had a lot of folks turn out for that, so it was good.
Good. The musical thing, the one where you were talking about
the blackest wokest Christmas ever.
Okay. Did you sing? Did y'all do caroling?
No, not really. We had a lot of music, but I didn't do any singing that night. No, not for real. Okay. But we had other folks singing. Yeah.
Hold on. It's giving. I'm trying to look at us here. I'm giving unclear here.
Yeah. Well, you're getting a little clearer as you speak.
This is this is crazy.
Normally, I'm the fuzzy one.
Yeah, no, it's not giving fuzzy. It's actually just super I'm not balanced on there.
You don't have the focus on automatic?
It is. I may have to come back. I may have to get out and come back in.
Put
Do you
your finger in
mind?
front of the camera. Let it focus on your finger. I don't know if you have it on automatic focus then. All right.
Somebody say I'm in 240p. It's really giving that. I will be right back. I
It's
swear
giving
I'm right here.
This is what it's giving.
It's crazy. I'll be right back. Ben, go ahead and let them know. Your microphone. People on eggnog, clear my coquito. I'll be right back.
Listen, this is great. This is great. Listen. All right. So while she does that, I'm going to jump into the news. How about that, Rebecca? I'm getting started. Okay. While she does that. All right. So the MAGA civil war has started. Let's just jump into it, because if we wait for our equipment to be all right, then we're going to be here for a little while. The MAGA civil war has started in earnest, and it started a little bit sooner than I think most of us thought it would. If you've been paying attention to Twitter or social media or the news over the last 24 hours, you know that MAGA is divided because Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, and particularly because of the pick that Donald Trump made for the AI czar, has sparked a conversation around H-1B visas. Those are the visas that are used to expedite what's supposed to be elite talent from abroad, and to give them access to be able to work here in the United States of America. Donald Trump's pick, as well as Elon Musk very directly, and Vivek Ramaswamy have come out in strong support for the H-1B visa program, even to the extent, mind you, of insulting Americans. And that has caused, obviously, a backlash, a big uproar on social media from America First. It has gotten even so bad as to the point where Elon Musk has removed the blue check marks from individuals like Laura Loomer. The entire Groyper movement has been nuked. They have been removed from Twitter. So Elon Musk is shutting down all of the opposition speech because, well, he thinks that they're racist now. I want to share an image on your screen so that you can get an idea of where we are and what we're doing, what we're dealing with. It's hilarious that Elon Musk is now considering MAGA to be racist over this H-1B visa issue, which is hilarious to me because, let's be real, MAGA's been racist this entire time. Have they not? This is nothing. This is not a new thing. Here's Elon Musk's response to everyone who has opposed him in terms of the H-1B visa. He says, the reason I'm in America, along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong, is because of the H-1B. Take a big step back and F yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. We have Rebecca Azor back in the mix.
I feel like I look better, but Elon Musk, okay? No.
Welcome back.
So I will say with this, I haven't read this tweet. You can read it back over for me, but I will say I have not followed anything Elon Musk, anything Vivek Ramaswamy.
I call him Ramaswamy because he's
but yes, I haven't gotten him. I'm not getting his name incorrectly on purpose. I actually want to get his name correctly on purpose because he's a person of color. I try to respect him in that sense, but he acts like he's like the select brown person, that
model minority.
And it's how quickly it's showing that he's not Elon, but even Elon is getting some flack, but it ain't gonna be nothing the way that Vivek has gotten it. But can you go ahead and go over this tweet? I made it my mission to try to catch things, but I haven't been catching things about Elon or what's been happening. So let me know about this latest tweet here.
So I mean, again, we're basically dealing with a divide in MAGA between those people who want zero immigration, particularly from brown countries, especially from like India, and forget about the continent of Africa, right? There is so much racism that has been built into MAGA, and Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy like, wait a minute, hold on. We didn't want you to be racist against people that we could hire in the tech industry, and we could bring them here from India and pay them lower wages in the tech industry. We wanted you to just be racist towards people coming across the border of Mexico. And so there's this entire war that's going on, and it's deep. It's involved every single major player in MAGA. The only person who hasn't sounded off at this point is Donald Trump himself. And we're going to wait and see, like, who does he fall? What side does he fall on? Does he fall on the American first Nazis and racists, or does he fall on the side of cheap labor through the H-1B program via Elon Musk? So this is what he said, this Elon Musk. The reason I'm in America, along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong, is because of H-1B. Take a big step back and F yourself in the face. I'll go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. So
this
anyway.
is who, but you know, when you look at this, not only is this, we know it's Elon Musk, that's already problematic. He's not even a real American, but he is, you know, South African. And when we say African, you know, the people, the colonizers, he's
Yes.
from them folks. And so here we're looking at this person. It's Elon Musk. This person got upset, bought Twitter, changed the whole dynamic of Twitter and the culture of Twitter. Racism wins every single day on Twitter. And here we are. This is the person that Donald Trump has picked to be a part of these United States leadership, to be attached to the presidency. These here United States. So I say that all to say, seeing him speak in this way, this vulgar way, to, you know, this is somebody who, camera's off, but this is somebody who will attach himself like a leech to our system. And we are allowing this to go down. And you guys are not reading this tweet as an example. Not only this tweet, but this is a tweet of him talking about him being in America. Meanwhile, he is on the American presidential ticket in a leadership role.
Yeah. Well, so while you fix your camera, you know, this one is actually really, really fascinating. This entire exchange, right? What's going on with them? It's fascinating because it's really showing how there is it's exposing everybody. So you have Elon, you have the tech bros who didn't mind playing along with the racists, didn't mind playing along with the fascists so that they could get power. But now they're like, oh, wait a minute. We didn't expect that you're going to be racist against our preferred model minorities. And by preferred model minorities, I mean those people that they could import to the United States of America for cheap labor. Because let's be sure, the H-1B visa program has been used for cheap labor over the years, no questions asked. And then you have the MAGA white nationalists who are like, no, every job in America has to go to a white man. And what's funny about that is that now they're in the position of crying about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Like, wait a minute, you're going to bring all these brown Indians over here and leave out the white folks? What about our position? What about our quota? And so now they're getting mocked for wanting diversity, equity, and inclusion, wanting affirmative action when they're not as qualified as many of the immigrants that are coming through the H-1B visa program. So you got that. And then last but not least, you have the elitist Indians who are very vocal in this. And if I could find some of their tweets, I mean, they're super upset. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys were so racist in the Republican Party. I regret voting for the Republican Party. See, they were okay with racism when it was pointed towards Black folks. But you got this whole subset of not all Indian Americans, obviously not all Indians, even whether they're American or not all of them, but this particular group that's speaking up now who voted for MAGA, who had no problem with the racism towards Mexicans, the racism towards Black people, the racism towards Haitians, the racism towards other people. But now that the racism is very directly towards them, they're like, oh, hold on, we can't deal with this. You guys are too racist.
And what I've been seeing right now, so I've been seeing a lot of that on my timeline. Your favorite leaders who have voted for racism every single day, who have sat there and supported and signed legislation and signed all these rulings and things that were super duper racist, as long as it was towards who? The black person. Okay, as Donald Trump would say, the black, right?
Yeah.
The black American. Because for him, the black American, because we're all a monolith, is everybody, even including the black immigrants, the black American. So the black person. And now they're starting to see what, I said you could be racist, and I've always signed up for racism in this country, but you're going a bit too far. A little bit too far, my white brother. And Elon's like, baby, I'm going to take it as far as I can, because there's a few of you type of whites I don't like. And here he is causing division amongst their own. Somebody said they didn't think they were leopards. Here's the thing. I love the song that I believe Chelsea, I want to say her name is Chelsea, made, where the leopards, they didn't think the leopards going to eat their face,
Yeah.
right? Here you are, everybody is, and when that sad day came, November 5th, 2024, and me and Ben sat here trying to stream for y'all. Had my sister as a guest person on that show. That was a tough day for us all. Next morning, when me and Ben started the stream off with hope, immediately we were like, I'll check y'all. I'll check you later, Ben. I'll check it.
I didn't have hope from the beginning. I hate to say it, but I was like, this don't look good. But I'm with you though. Go ahead.
Francesca Ramsey is her name, not Chelsea. Francesca Ramsey. But yes, we sat there and we was going. When I woke up the next day, I said, no more. No more. I'm going to let those people, not only those people, because it was people on the side of, the left that also made their, vote as well. And to Donald Trump, because they just didn't like Kamala Harris's handling of Palestine and things like that, which is an understandable thing. But voting in Donald Trump in the way that Elon Musk, Donald Trump, all these people that are behind Donald Trump right now, they're going to handle what's coming up next. Not only that, I'm talking about in Palestine. What's coming up next, but amongst you guys, look how you guys are fighting about things because you didn't think that the prejudice would trickle down into your position, into your job, into your city, right in front of your door. And now you guys are so upset and saying, wait a minute, Elon, I've been seeing these tweets. Wait a minute, Elon. You gone a little too far. Now they're going in on Vivek, clear as day. You brown MFer. You don't get to say these things, but here's Elon right here, and he said, here's the thing about Elon, that who we think Donald Trump is. Elon wants to take it a step further because there is a power grab. Who's, it's a, how do you call it, a penis swinging contest type of thing. This is what we're looking at here. He's in competition with everybody who thinks that they're better or bigger than him. He will do no work to get somewhere in the door and then take over. And this is what we're seeing now. People are even calling so much. They're saying that Elon Musk, they're calling him President Elon Musk. And here we are. I don't even think boycott him. You know why? Because we need to allow them to do what they're going to do. We need to allow them to break down their own party with this whole driving force of let's promote hate, let's promote division, let's continue to do that. That's how they have been surviving. They being the right, they being Republicans, they being conservatives. There is no actual agenda but to keep things white, right, and we know that the wealthy will always prevail. They'll get out of jail. We've seen this happen. They will do domestic terrorist attack right in front of our faces and say that it was for the betterment of this country. Okay? They will make it a holiday. As January 6th will become a holiday. We know this. And so here we are, and we're seeing them go crazy. I ain't even mad at it, Benjamin P. Dixon.
Let me read this one. This is an engineer from Twitter. And I believe he is of Indian descent, or from India straight out, an immigrant. I think he might be a part of the H-1B visa program. This is how he's talking to MAGA. He says, if your race is so great, why am I out competing you on every axis that actually matters? Seems like you are the one who is dysgenic. Thankfully, evolution will take care of you in due time. Good luck to you and your children if you're capable of having any. Oh my goodness. Then he went further, said, LMFAO, shut the F up, white boy. What have you built? What have you invented? What has your father built? And his father before that? We will be lucky to even get one child out of you. Do better. My God.
And
they are going to, and there's more. Then he says, racist whites will do anything to save their, quote, white race, except getting a job and having children. If you're getting replaced, it's because you're incapable of successfully playing your part. Woo, Lord.
I love it, because what we're seeing now is what we've already called out. A lot of people were saying that they had fear of what's to come, as far as, you know, as them being immigrant, any immigrant status, even if they are, the paperwork is right, they've been here for years, all kinds of things. For years they have been in fear of what may come. And Donald Trump has been one person to bring that threat to life, that he said that he will bring people back. Already has started it with this program, with this thing. We have Elon Musk, who is not even an American, being able to speak on anything like this. Y'all don't think that's suspicious? Y'all don't think there's something wrong with that? Y'all don't think there's an irony here? Someone who isn't American at all gets to speak on what's going to happen. And this is a white racist. He comes from one of the, like, the original colonizers. And here he gets to speak on what's going to happen with the immigrants here in America. And it sucks, because I was looking at people who are in positions like this. Somebody who I think they are a lawyer, and speaking of a lawyer, we know what happened with Olay, right? Who was a lawyer in the United States of America, and under Donald Trump had to go back to Bahamas to get her paperwork and stuff done, because of what. And even though she literally works as a lawyer, has been in school here, went to college here, high school here, those type of things. But here we are with Elon Musk, who wants to do some kind of cleansing where only a certain type of people of a certain kind of bracket, hierarchy, financially, physically, all these things, be the American. And he ain't even American. So racist whites will do anything to save the white race.
Here's what's funny about this debate, though. Elon Musk is landing sorta. Now, I don't think he truly is landing on the side of anti-racist, right? But he's opposing the Nick Fuentes styled racists in the Republican Party. He's opposing the really devout white nationalists, white supremacists / Nazis. The thing is he's not, I don't think he's opposing them because of racism. I think he's fine with the racism part. I agree with you there. I think he's opposing them because he needs cheap labor. He needs to be able to hire people at a cheaper rate than he can pay Americans. Like if he hires an American for these positions, then he's going to have to pay them more. They'll have rights. They'll have more liberties than somebody that who's an immigrant on an H-1B visa. He could threaten their status. He could threaten.
He has. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I'm seeing more of those people who are on those visas speak out more. And I know people. This is the thing. I know people who are on those visas. This is why they attack the immigrants the most, because they can use and abuse and put fear into them. I told you guys I was working in a financial system, right? Financial place. And the people keep saying, oh, you know, we don't, the people made the decisions to get these loans, or they did this, whatever. I hardly called white people, although there was a list of white people who owed massive amounts of money, who needed to help or whatever. When I would even have conversations with them, Benjamin P. Dixon, they would cuss me out and tell me, do I know who they are? Do I know how much money that they've contributed to this American bank? Do I know? I don't sound like I'm American, stuff, things like that. But this particular bank made me put fear into immigrants first, told me how I should speak with them, all the things. I had to put fear into immigrants into paying back something that they've all paid back at some point, and this financial institution told them to get more money from, then make them sign some kind of paperwork, all kinds of stuff, APRs up the roof, and these people have been paying for years on their dates, but the one time that they're not able to, I have to put fear in them and tell them I'm going to take their house. I'm going to do all of these things, because this is how the system works. Immigrants will always be chosen to be the puppets, or I wouldn't say the puppet. How do I say this? But the same way Elon Musk wants to keep it. So it may show under the guise, Ben, that it is for the anti-racist, but Elon Musk is the type of racist that are way clever than the racists that we have here on this. Even though Elon Musk's brain is not the brains behind any of the technology that he comes out with. Okay. But we know his colonizers are the originators. So the people that actually, that's his family. So the people before him and before him or before him, that's all rich. They all had some kind of like, there was no help. There was nothing. These are people who have all come from some wealth. He's something at the expense of abusing immigrants. So wanting to bring that system here is not surprising.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm just this is an important divide, right? You know, because really MAGA was on a death march towards they were unified in their hatred for immigrants until they got down to the specifics. Oh, which immigrants? Oh, you mean not just the immigrants that come across the border seeking asylum. You mean also brown immigrants that are coming here on H-1B visas. And now they really hate each other. They're divided and their energy is being split. And I think that's so important as they get ready to go into 2025 and take power. Like, we cannot afford to allow them to remain a unified force where they all move in lockstep. And the great thing about this is that we didn't even cause this divide, we being the left or progressives or anti-Trumpers or Democrat, whatever category people fall into. Like, this was inevitable. This was a war of their own creation. And it's so complex. When I say complicated, I don't mean it's complicated in the sense that we don't understand it, but the nuances of it is such that they are going to eat each other alive over this. They're not going to be able to walk away from this. This goes deep for them. Like for Nick Fuentes and Laura Loomer and Lauren Witzke and all the rest of them, like, this is their main issue. You better not let any Indians in this country with an H-1B visa, or else they will destroy MAGA. And then on the other side, you have the tech bros who actually funded MAGA, who are like, we're going to bring in all the cheap labor we want to. You could go F yourself in the face, Elon Musk said. So I say sit back, let them destroy themselves.
Somebody going to pop, like the women. Listen, I told y'all. And I'm going to have to do a separate video on this, because I told y'all this when I came back from my little 2-second break after that sad day on November 5th. I'm not, like, y'all not gonna be trying to tell me to go march for no women's nothing, right? In, I think it said in January, not because I don't support women, but because I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna put a lot of support into the immigrant community, into the Black community, and I want the world to win, but because of the person that's in office right now, that people who were supposed to be left or whatever didn't vote for because they just didn't like the fact that the person that was running was a woman, or because of this thing or because of the other, that's your business. I now have to hone down and hone in on my people, the Haitians that the people were spewing all this negative and false information about, that are finding places to stay, or their lives are being endangered because they may be the ones that are shipped back at some point, back to a country and a land that is, or their city, because it's not the whole country, but their city that is in turmoil, in war and all these things. And they've been living here doing what they need to do. But now they're like, I'm going to be focused on something else right now. So while we're getting our hands off of it, that doesn't mean that we're getting our hands off of taking care of people. Our focus is really going to be our people. And I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. I just ain't got nothing to leave me alone. So I say this, people are on TikTok The blue, what is it? The blue, I think they were making blue bands to show that they are the blue bracelets to show that they are the ones who they're the ones who are didn't vote for Donald Trump, and they are our allies, and they're crying and they're doing all these things. Listen, how you can be an ally, I don't need to see your blue bracelet. Then, like I said, when I'm in the grocery store, because I'm looking for a pack of chicken wings that are the cheapest. I don't need you to flash that blue bracelet over me to tell me that I'm in a safe place. Okay. I don't need that. Just create the safe place for people. Just educate your family members. Just do what you need to do. Do your part. We don't need the performative acts. We don't need it. Don't ask us for nothing. Because once, like, we're seeing people break each other apart. We're seeing people be upset that they weren't invited to Thanksgiving dinner. Their parents or their family members didn't call them for Christmas or whatever. Now we're watching the party itself go into a huge divide, which I would say needs to happen. That their system needs to be broken down. It's like they need to really go at it with each other. But this has already been going on between the people, like like you were saying, Ben, the left, right? However you want to identify yourself within the left. But the left ain't never been together. Okay. They ain't never been together. They've been a divided party. Everybody, and please just figure out how you're going to be a good person and ally, because that's, to me, the way that we will get a better leadership, better grounding. But I can no longer be here to walk people to the water anymore. I'm not doing that. I got people to protect. We got people to protect in this online space. We got people to protect in this real life. Everybody who's non-melanated, you're on your own. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Our allies, I love you, but I ain't talking to you because I know y'all been doing your part and you will continue. But everybody else, leave me alone. Elon Musk, this is just a match that's lit. I hope you know. 4 years. 4 years of this. That's all I gotta say.
Well, that's that on that.
That's it. Because, I was looking at some video of people dying in these different Black countries. I'm looking at videos still of Haitians being attacked in Ohio, right? In Springfield, Ohio. They're still leaving in the masses. I'm looking at all of that. And y'all want me to focus on who y'all let come into office? I got things to focus on. I'm sorry. It's just too much. It's too much, man. People trying to have a good holiday. People we're kind of worried about what may even happen the inauguration day, right? What that's gonna look like. We got no. It's not, the laws that have passed. There's women's rights are still on the chopping block. Our bodies are still like, we got things to focus on. We will not do a repeat. I'm talking about us on this channel. We're not going to do a repeat of 2016 to 2020. We're not doing that. Sorry, but we did call this. We did say that this would happen. Will we discuss it? 100%. But there are so many other things. Like I said, I was looking at different news stories that are going under the radar because Elon Musk tweets. We had Donald Trump tweeting at us for years. Elon Musk owns Twitter, now X, and he is controlling. Look at the way this man is speaking. I haven't been Benjamin P. Dixon. I haven't seen. Don't even remember his name. Vance, JD Vance.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen him, and who I have seen more with Donald Trump. These cameras. Who I have seen more with Donald. It's crazy. Who I have seen more with Donald Trump is Elon Musk. You would think that he's he's the vice president.
Yeah.
And if y'all don't think that's dangerous, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I like that part though, right? I like the fact that that they're already creating another divide there, right? It's supposed to be like, where is JD Vance? He's nowhere to be found. Good, right? Because he's just as bad as the rest of them. Why is Elon Musk always being seen. I don't know, but good. You know why? Because Donald Trump is vain and doesn't like when somebody else gets attention. So I think that's going to actually work out really good in the long run. It's going to result in Elon Musk getting the boot by Donald Trump. But I agree with you, right? It's all a real, like, what's the word? I'm trying to find the word without using profanity, but it's all a real crap show, right? It's all one big cluster F of a crap show, and it's only going to get worse. Somebody had a good question in the comment section. How do we keep this divide going? Well, I think part of it is, one, they're going to divide themselves. And so we don't have to really do anything but notice when they divide themselves and just, fan the flames. Just participate in it. Like right now, I'm having a great time calling out Elon Musk for not being American first. You're supposed to be America first, Elon Musk.
He ain't even American first.
Great time calling out the racists, saying, look at you. You need DEI now. You're not good as the Indians that Elon Musk wants to bring over. And I'm low key, like, I am prodding some of those Indians who decided to vote for MAGA because they thought the racism towards everybody else was okay, and they didn't expect the racism to come around their way. So I'm just, just go group by group by group and expose their hypocrisy. And I think that's how you get to continue the divide, because they are divided. The only thing they were unified in was in their hate for Democrats. Not even Kamala Harris. They would have hated Joe Biden. Well, a little bit more Kamala Harris than anyone else. But that's it. Or their hate for the trans community, or their hate for Black people. And now that they've been split, and now they have to see their hate towards Indians too. Oh, goodness.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord.
But we already know, because we saw the hate towards Quickly. They don't know what they want. Now they're like, they don't even know what white really looks like anymore. Like, yeah. Because white isn't a monolith either, quiet as it's kept, but they, here we are, right? Here they are, and what's that man's name? Luigi. Remember, he was a light-skinned male. Okay, this is the same America a few weeks ago that Luigi was a light-skinned male, the man who unalived the United Healthcare CEO. And so Italians, y'all, they got y'all, Indians, y'all, come on now. I've seen beautiful Indians darker than me. And Vivek has the unmitigated Indian gall, baby, to think that this America will allow him into the circle. We saw on that debate stage how they wouldn't even let his big Jimmy Neutron head behind open his mouth after the beginning. They were like, Indian man, sit down. Mr. Brown. Okay. You know where they was going with it. Now, Elon Musk, who you said America first, Elon Musk, who isn't American first by blood, is literally he's shaking the table so much it shows how fickle our system is. You guys say American first. The nation says American first. Right is right? All kinds of things. And here we are, and oh, look how the tables have turned. It ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. And you're allowing, and you're being America, and the right, now they're looking crazy. They're like, well, this Elon isn't what we thought he was going to be, though, guys. Are we supposed to rock with this or no? Like, I'm now feeling Tomi Lahren. Her behind can't stand nothing, and she's going to take entertainment and twist it into some kind of anti-conservative, anti-right, anti-American thing. I ain't seen this lady in a long time myself. After she sicked her group of people on me on that cold day in 2017, during Like It or Not, on Twitter, I ain't seen her since. Now I'm looking at her on these here internets in 2020 on Beyonce's internet. Come against conservatives saying they are making these allegations of her being anti-American for performing at the not Super Bowl, the recent game that was I don't even know what the game is. They're calling it the Beyonce Bowl for the halftime show. Whoever played, they played. But if Tomi Lahren is coming out and calling out the right for them making up stories and rhetoric around being American, around the values of America just because Beyonce performed at the Super Bowl. Where are we like, where are we with the system? The system that the right thought worked, that we kept saying it works, it works, it works. It looks like it's going down because your favorites, your favorite conservative that doesn't care and will get up on this thing and spew out lies for a coin is now telling the right to shut up. Come on. Your favorite leaders, Republican leaders, are now getting on their soapboxes on X, right? The platform that now belongs to Elon Musk, and questioning Donald Trump's trust in Elon and what's next and Elon's thought processes and how that's going to affect America and its people. Now there's actual concern. Yeah, here's Tomi's tweet. She said, "Can we stop with the faux outrage about Beyonce? I'm not her biggest fan either, but she put on a good performance and she is immensely talented. As conservatives, we don't have to be outraged by everything. It's a tired charade." That was the part that got me. It's a tired charade.
I'm so tempted to like this, but just on GP, I can't bring myself to actually like something from. Like, I'm like, should I retweet it?
No,
Like,
you shouldn't. It's already
Little Miss Flint said, didn't have agreeing with Tomi on my 2024 bingo card, but here we are. Look, 2024 has been wild because this is a wild moment. But I love that she said it's a tired charade because Tomi knows that she's been a part of the charade. Yes. She understands it. She knows it. So the outrage with Beyonce, especially coming from the conservative side, because why? And see, I'm going to take y'all through a little bit, walk with me, because why the conservatives were outraged. The CMAs happened. They didn't invite Beyonce, although Beyonce was actually leading on the charts when it came to country music because she dropped the country album. And the white people think that country belongs to them, only them. And on the CMA stage, they actually went so far as to call out some of the artists that Beyonce, black artists that are in country that Beyonce actually highlighted on this album. These white people at the CMA Awards didn't invite Beyonce or Shabuzi. They called them out almost in a way they were calling them ER on that stage, saying that none of them, Beyonce and Shabuzi and the other black country artists, can basically take the soul of country music, which they believe is white. But we know historically country music is actually derived from black people. Okay, but we don't got to go there. And now we know the conservatives can't stand Beyonce, think that they locked her out of country music. But she actually, her performance alone, which was just a halftime show at a football game that Netflix decided to stream live for the first time. And they did all right because I think my dad sent me that I Can See Clearly Now. And I seen so clear on Netflix for the first time, no skips, no, nothing was bad about how they was streaming that. I can't believe it. But anywho, the conservatives have always made everything about them and they tried to make this about them. So Tomi coming in and telling them to shut up and be quiet because this is a charade. Conservatives will choose every single moment and make it as if something was stolen from them when in reality they've stolen from said party. They're what, 10 million views for their CMA Awards that didn't include Beyonce on purpose and that shunned out other black country artists on purpose, was nothing compared to the 27 million views that Beyonce got just from the halftime show alone, which was more than the football game itself. Let's be for real. So when Tomi speaks about the charade, she understands because she's been a part of this tired sham. Reminds me of when Candace Owens tried to be black for like a hot second. When Beyonce did the Super Bowl halftime performance some years ago. And MAGA came in and said, nope, you don't get to be black and celebrate with black folks over Beyonce. It was a really great day that day because I think she was reminded that, you know, you might get your checks from MAGA, but you also get they get to tell you what you can and can't do, Candace Owens. And so it's the opposite here with Tomi Lahren. Now Tomi Lahren saying, oh, listen, I'm a white girl and I want to like Beyonce, and you guys are not going to stop me from liking Beyonce right here. So
pretty much. But she says, I'm not her biggest fan either. So that's just like one of those lines to kind of soften the blow that she wants to give to conservatives. Say, hey guys, I've been with you guys. I haven't been her biggest fan, when low key she's in her apartment or her house doing all kinds of moves. Candace did try to sneak into the cookout. Let's talk about the cookout real quick. Let me get comfortable because I have things to say and it's gonna dip into the diaspora. Walk with me. Shaboozey, I mentioned Shaboozey. Shaboozey is a country artist that has like mixes his stuff with a little bit of hood in it. When I say hood, I mean like hip hop or whatever. He's black, right? As soon as his performance went up, and this is why I say there's always been a divide on the progressive or the left or whatever. We know that we have our Hoteps, we know that we have our ADOS, we know that we have our FBA, we know that we have people who just don't think people outside.
I don't know all them folks. We got black
all of them. But we know that there are people who just consider Black Americans as the blueprint to being black. That's it. So I say that to say Shaboozey performs with Beyonce after getting his backlash at the CMAs. They disrespected him straight up. But Shaboozey gets his perform with Beyonce at this halftime show for the football game on Christmas Day. And here we are seeing an online discourse. And I would think it was only from the conservatives. But baby, it was from people who have allies of the diaspora or all things black in their bio. It was from people who stand tall every day with black folks, but they have no issue getting on this internet. And as soon as they see Shaboozey, I screenshot this because I needed to, and I'm just going to read it from the screenshot. It's quick. She said, this woman that I sent out, she says, something about Shaboozey gives cultural appropriation vibes. Just can't get with it. And in her bio, and mind you, I've seen this girl around. She's on, her name is Julesy. She's in the internet space. I think she's really big. I've seen her around. I have not seen her content. I don't watch it avidly, but I've seen her content around. I see that in her bio, she says that she is, an ally for Black women, all Black women across the diaspora, all Black people across the diaspora type of thing, something around that sort. She's not the only person that I've seen that said that. But this conversation that she pulls out with her big audience, something about Shaboozey gives cultural appropriation vibes. Just can't get with it, right? Underneath that, people were saying, I didn't want to say it myself, and they're all Black. I didn't want to say this myself, but Shaboozey doesn't get to appropriate our Blackness. Shaboozey,
what are they talking about?
Shaboozey's the artist. Shaboozey,
I know. Shaboozey's a Black man. So what are they talking about?
Who performed with Beyonce, and they were saying that he gives something about him gives a cultural appropriation. Mind you, in the same performance, you had the artist Post Malone, who's white, performing right next to her. He's right there. Right there. The material that you're talking about, a cultural appropriation, is right there. It's literally right there. A white man who came into the music business as a white man wearing plaits, gold teeth, tattoos all over, with a Southern Black accent. Has a song called White Iverson on one of his first projects. Now he rocks the little white man cut, country cut, slim down, wearing the country cut pants, and now he's revered in country music easily. Right there was given a cultural appropriation conversation, and y'all didn't give it to us. Y'all said Shaboozey. It takes me to this whole thing of they're bringing back, and this is why I say hate has come so far on the internet in these past few years. So that conversation led me to see how they believe, because Shaboozey is Nigerian, the same man that had to adjust his name, the same way that Black Americans have to adjust their names or allow white people for years to say their names incorrectly. You got Shaboozey, whose name is Shaboozey, right? Or pronounced in a different manner. And I don't know the exact pronunciation, but because he's Nigerian by his parents. He's a product of Nigerian immigrants. His dad came here and went to school in Texas, fell in love with country music. And in his household, country music went platinum. That baby boy fell in love with country music in his Virginia household, right? Where he was born and raised. And they're saying that he doesn't get the opportunity to be Black. He's cultural appropriating Blackness because he's Nigerian. So this is what I say. In this moment, we got to understand the same way that the right is going crazy. I don't care to pick apart people that may be the biggest names on the left or saying whatever, who are pushing any type of thing that has to do like that, any type of thing that right now we see is one of the major principles on the right. Diaspora wars, immigrant hate from our own side, right? I don't F with it. And pushing that conversation to your audience in masses under the guise of when he came out, he just was around so many white people in the country music industry. If you know anything about it, even if it was derived from Black folks, white folks stole it. And when you go into the country music industry as a Black person, if you see K. Michelle, she's surrounded by white people all day in the studio when she's writing her country songs. So yeah, I say that to say African diaspora wars or whatever, let people be Black. I know people get on here or even when I'm on shows with Olay and they'll say, but you're not even Black.
That's because they're ignorant. And I hope somebody please cut this. It's because they're ignorant and they get their education from a former pimp by the name of Tariq Nasheed, who was offered a huge bag, in his own words, from white supremacists to attack Black immigrants. The whole FBA, fundamental, foundational, Black American, whatever. They ain't no kin to me. My bloodline goes back here at least 8 generations. I've been here longer than most Americans have been here. But FBA is fundamentally founded on ignorance. It's fundamentally founded by a man who is pimping Black America by dividing us. He's doing the job of white supremacy. Tariq Nasheed is doing the job of white supremacy, and this is why we have such an ingrained hatred of the diaspora, of Black folks against Black folks, because he's getting paid to do it. At least that's what he said. At least he said that he was offered a huge bag by white supremacists to talk bad about Black immigrants. And then lo and behold, like a year later, here he is talking bad about Black immigrants. And anybody who follows that man, follows that ideology, is going to fall into the same stupidity, because if you're going to follow a former pimp who is now in the bottom hole for white supremacy, you're going to do some stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I get it. And these people are the ones that actually speak out against the people like Tariq Nasheed. However, when it comes to, it's like, you'll see something jump out of them that it's like, hey, hold on.
Because bigotry doesn't really know any particular race, right? Everybody, if you're not careful, you have somebody that you will pick on. Somebody that you would be hateful towards, somebody who you think is lesser than you. And every single one of us, we will do it to our own selves.
It's true.
This is why divide and conquer works so easily, because it takes a lot for us to be unified in the first place. Same thing that's going on with MAGA right now. It's so easy to divide and conquer that white supremacist devil because they really hate each other. Similarly, they've been dividing and conquering Black folks since 1619. Right? Since the first African was sold. Who do you think sold us if not other Africans? So dividing and conquering, folks, has been a historical tool. And now you got people with huge platforms who, whether or not they follow Tariq Nasheed's ideology, they follow Tariq Nasheed's ideology when they fall into this foolishness over Shabuzi. He's a Black man, period, full stop.
Yeah. And that's why I say, yeah, he's a Black man and he gets to do the music, because if Post Malone could be standing on the same stage that you were saying that Shabuzi was doing any type of cultural appropriation vibes, and you had Post Malone there as literally the material. Here's the problem. We will literally take away a Black card from somebody because there's some kind of, he's dating a white woman. He's attached himself to, we will take away the Black card. Okay. But we will give it to somebody.
That's right.
Who is white, who literally just sings a song. Probably they say, invite them to the cookout. I'm still in love. They don't even say love. They say love, but shit. Like we're inviting them to the cookout, but we're taking out people who are actually Black and might like a little rock, or might, you know what I'm saying, who are black and might, their parents might be from somewhere else outside of America, and we're taking away their black card. They cannot come to the cookout anymore. Their blackness is gone, but we're inviting whites just because of something they said. Candace Owens gave us minimal to nothing. She's a black woman. Gave us minimal to nothing, sat at the Breakfast Club and 10 toes down went into saying all kinds of negative things about black people. But what y'all wanted to clip was what she said about Palestine. Okay. And that there shouldn't be, you know, any war, basically. We shouldn't be killing folks. No genocide. This is basically genocide. Y'all was upset. But y'all clipped that one to show that she's on the black side of things. Like, y'all hate here's what they love to say. Y'all hate the messenger. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just hate the messenger. That's all. But she's saying the right thing.
I hate people who are I don't hate anybody, but I hate the stupidity of that exact thing that you're describing, Rebecca. Like, you're gonna sit there and listen to Candace Owens say 30 minutes of evil stuff. Lord help me, about black folks, and then you're gonna clip the one thing she said. Oh, I love this. Nah, you're just stupid. Is what at the end of the day. And then
with the people who say the great things all day and every day, the one moment they say something because they pissed off, y'all clip that and say, "Is this your king? Is this your queen?" So I say all that to say, y'all, let's please don't get involved. You know, again, I don't know some of these people. I don't watch some of their content, but I think that if they do have these big people who follow them, they must be somewhere good. They must be given some kind of good content. But my thing is, we got to be careful with these people. You got to check your favorite people, you know, on some of the things they say to clarify. What are you saying? Is it because this person is Nigerian? This is cultural appropriation, because they weren't born in Texas, and people only born in the South can have a love or an affinity for country music. Like, you know, we gotta be careful on how we're doing this, because you can't say that a black person who was born in America who loves country music is culturally appropriating it, again, when the material was standing right next to Beyonce as well.
Yeah,
it was Post Malone.
I like Shabuzi is the I love his music. I love that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Listen,
and
if you black, you black. If your skin tone has melanin in it sufficient that you will get pulled over and nobody's going to ask you what nationality you are, you black. Full stop. Right? We didn't make the rules, right? We're simply playing by the rules. They said if you got one drop of blackness in your blood, you're black. Right? And more importantly than the rules they set is the rules that they're trying to maintain on the geopolitical stage. What are they trying to do? They're trying to maintain a white supremacist global order. And that means that if it's a white supremacist global order, that means we absolutely need solidarity amongst all black people, not just black people. We do need allies. But if we can't get solidarity amongst black people first, then white supremacy will continue to win.
And that's what I'm saying. Look, I don't deny that Candace Owens is black. She's a black that's just as Carl Mack, Dr. Carl Mack would say, you know, that she lives at the Kunta Hotel.
The Kunta
Hotel. And you know,
so getting paid good money for it. There's some folks who are out here in the Kunta Hotel ain't even get paid for it. Like at least smart enough to go out there and get a huge check for it. You got some folks who really believe this stuff, and they are destroying and dividing the black community for free, and they're just doing it because they really dislike black immigrants. Like how basic and how backwards can you be to be that type of black person who would hate a black immigrant and unify with a white supremacist? That's who Candace Owens is also, though.
Candace Owens, and we got people even on the left who are doing the same thing. So it's creating division and getting a good buck for it, because they're the good black on that side too, on the left. This is the black that can shift at any moment, you know. Excuse me. I said I wouldn't mention them again, but again, an example, just like the people at TYT, right? The good brown folks, because one brown person, few black folks that they hired later on, but those people, Ben couldn't wait to have that up. The people, I said we weren't talking about it no more, but Ben had that ready to go.
What are you talking about?
Ready to go.
Ben said, I'm producing. I'm supposed to be ready when you say
stuff. But it was so ready. That means that it was in the queue. I said I wasn't going there, but Ben said, oh, it's in the queue, baby. It's in the queue. Listen. So like these people at TIT, who considered to be, products of immigrants or speaking for people. As soon as they get the chance, they're out. Candace Owens out. Who else have we seen shift and kind of go places and grift to where the money's at? So many people who were supposed to be allies. So it's hard for us to trust. And I get it. It's hard for a lot of people to trust who to watch, but because you have loyalty to these people, you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave. You want to see if they're going to make it right or get it right. And I'm somebody who is in the business of forgiving, the business of pivot, the business of getting it right, the business of a second chance. However, can't trust the people who show you who they are multiple times, even when you've given them opportunity to say, hey, you guys got to get it right. This is not what we signed up for. If they tell you and look you in your face and continue to do the opposite of it, it's time to pack your bags up and come support, like it or not. We've been here. We always going to be here. It's a for us and it's a by us. Stop supporting people that's out here telling y'all that they're for you, that they're going to do everything for you. And as soon as they get a check, I'm okay with people getting a check and looking better and upgrading their lives. I'm all for it, because who are we to say you can't upgrade your life, right? Because of the work that you've done. However, that foundation that you said, we're going to be the voice for the people who can't speak. We're going to actually have the conversation that is supportive of our people. We are going to be that person who is going to fight for rights of the marginalized communities. We're going to be when you start to shift and start to say, you know what, cops need protection. Did that guy really, did he really get killed by the cops because he was Black? Does everything have to be about race? Women's bodies and uteruses, when you start hearing the person that was giving a total opposite, a 180 of what they're talking about now, it is time to pack. When they are now pushing hate and giving excuses for it, when they are now starting their channel every single day, doing the same thing Elon Musk does, starting their day before brushing their teeth to attack somebody that mentioned their name. It's time to pack your bags, beloved. It's time to pack your bags.
Yeah. And it's pretty sad. Let's just
go ahead, Ben. Go ahead and play.
Let's just listen to
get up real quick.
I want us to really listen to what this guy Cenk is saying here.
I knew you guys were for real in fighting against the establishment when I started going on right-wing shows and I would say something negative about Mitch McConnell. And when I did that in the past, what I would get back is, oh, no, Mitch McConnell's great. Pelosi's terrible, but Mitch McConnell's great.
Let's do that here. What do you guys think of Mitch McConnell?
All right. Yes, I love that. So look, for my left-wing friends that are watching out there, they just booed Mitch McConnell. That's a great thing, okay?
So sad you're easily impressed like that, Cenk.
Let's do one more. What do you guys think about Dick Cheney? My left-wing friends out there, we have been waiting for the right-wing populists to boo Mitch McConnell and Dick Cheney our whole lives. Take the win. Take the win.
I'm joined now by
Yeah, we'll get to you, Brian, in a moment. Are you back, Rebecca? Is that?
I'm back. Yeah, I was listening.
Wait a minute. Oh, Lord. There you go. Hang on. I was wondering where you went. So that's simple. That it's gaslighting. Okay. I saw somebody in the comments saying that, actually, I put that on the screen. Second Flight over on Discord said, Cenk is 100% correct here. Progressives should focus on ideas that win and are actually popular. That's the childish kind of interpretation of American politics. You fight for what deserves to be fought for. You don't fight for just what's popular, because what happens when fascism becomes popular again, like it is now? Do you just join with them underneath the guise of populism? Now, I'm going to do my own whole video on this later on today and probably tomorrow, Rebecca. But, Cenk he always represented himself. And it was funny listening to him say it. Like, he always talked about himself as the tough guy who actually liked to fight. Like, that's his thing. He said he loves to get in physical fights. That's his big thing. To see him groveling before MAGA like this, And then to try to sell it to us as if, hey, here, take this. This is a good thing. We've been waiting for people to boo Mitch McConnell and Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney has been out of office for at least 20 years. Mitch McConnell, I heard somebody say, Mitch McConnell is just 1 foot in the grave, right? The measurement of what being a progressive was not based on us waiting for MAGA to boo those two characters, right? There's so much more. And for Cenk to reduce it like this, it really just shows, I mean, folks, he's gone. He's gone. He's done. He's going to gaslight us the rest of the way through. And the only real question is are you going to still send your money to the Young Turks while he is out here representing himself to be he's lifting himself up to be the representative of the left, and he's going to sell himself off to MAGA saying, hey, I'm bringing the left with me. I speak for the left, so bring me in your good graces and you'll get the left as well. The real question is, are you going to continue to put money behind a man who's taking your money over to MAGA?
And let me put my little wide up mic to the side because it was getting crazy. The comment said what he's 100% right here. You know, they have to put more popular talking points out, you know, for the left. And I say, but is he though? Because remember, he was trying to run for president at one point. And if it was just the popular talking points, that's the only reason why TYT got where they got. So we can't focus on things just being the popular. What's true, right? What is true? What is noble? Biblically, Philippians 4:8. We need to focus on what's true and what's noble, beloved. Oh no, Ben had this in the queue. Ben had this in the queue, y'all.
No, I just so happened to be working on a video about it, so it all happened to be already on my desktop.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I think we can talk about it this morning a little bit since I'm doing it, you know.
So the Bible says, focus on what is true and what is noble, baby, what is right. And what they're doing is not that. So that just because something is popular does not give it any, like, it shouldn't give it legs to be the talking point that they use. Because TYT was using that as their formula, taking talking points that were popular and pushing it. Look what we've gotten from them now. Y'all created a monster over there. Nothing they said was actually something they felt. It was popular. Donald Trump talked about eggs in his campaign because it was popular. Now he said he can't make the price of eggs go down for you. He won because he talked about what was popular. But what is right, what is true, what is noble, what is going to work? How are we going to do it? How are we going to do it?
Oh, yeah.
Who's it gonna help?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Ben. That was a what they
that was
call
a pregnant pause.
They said it's a millennial pause, child. I don't know. But yes, go ahead, because I can't understand.
No, go ahead. You got it.
No, I'm finished with it. Now I do know that Cenk was on with my good brother Mark Lamont Hill. Shouts out to Mark Lamont. I didn't get to see it. Don't know what it was about. Again, I was trying to do some holiday things, and one of those holiday things included getting rest. So what happened here, Ben?
I don't know what made Cenk think that he could go on Mark Lamont Hill and do anything but get destroyed. But I got the whole.
Mark got the tattoos and the t-shirt, and I see him going like this. So
you making sure you see the arm tattoo?
When you know what's something going, the hands are flying, and he's on the webcam. His hands is flying. What's going on?
You see how it could be problematic to someone. Or let me say it differently. Could you see the problem? Can you see any potential problems if standing on a stage with someone who has such positions that are so antithetical, not just to yours, but to the interests of the most vulnerable people in this country? Could you see how you might actually legitimize him in a way that's dangerous to our side, not to the country, but to the people who are confused, to the people in the middle, to the people who are still trying to figure it out, or to the people on the left who are vulnerable, who are susceptible to a switch?
Yeah. So there's two parts to that question. So on the one part, can I see it? Yes, I can see why people think that, and I'll end on top of it, Mark, that not only are they worried, hey, is this legitimizing him? You're in the room with a person like this, etc. but we've also seen a pattern, right? We've seen Dave Rubin and we've seen Tulsi Gabbard and we've seen others. And first they go in the room, then they agree with a little bit, and then they agree with everything. And then all of a sudden they're all right wingers. And then while still pretending to be left wing and saying, oh, well, me as a liberal or a progressive or a left winger is telling you you're right about all the issues, right? And so I get that's why people are concerned. So that's not crazy. I get it, right? But then the second half of what you're saying, I don't agree with at all, right? So does that legitimize them? Well, first of all, they won the election. So they won the popular vote. They won all the swing states. Like, we have it in our mind that
I specifically said not to the entire country, but to the people on our side, specifically in anticipation of you saying they're already legitimate and won the popular election. Again, yeah. I'm not saying that you're.
Am I legitimizing them to our side?
What I'm saying is there are people who are going to vote for them, right? There are people, majority of whom are in this country are going to vote for, say, Donald Trump, right? But if you stand on stage with Donald Trump, that strengthens Donald Trump's position. It doesn't undermine it.
No, it totally depends. So, for example, I interviewed.
Let me stop him there because here's and actually, let me just play this other clip again, because standing on stage with Charlie Kirk did exactly what Mark Lamont said. Watch this again.
Were for real in fighting against the establishment when I started going on right-wing shows and I would say something negative about Mitch McConnell. And when I did that in the past, what I would get back is, oh, no, Mitch McConnell's great. Pelosi's terrible, but Mitch McConnell's great.
Let's do that here. What do you guys think of Mitch McConnell?
The reason I'm playing this again, and I don't have the whole clip here as handy as you think I do. It's somewhere else on my desktop. I have like 30 of them. It's going to be a great video. You guys stay tuned for that one. But Rebecca, look at that. Look at the power dynamic on that stage. Tell me who's in charge there. Cenk Uygur or Charlie Kirk? Who's got the power in that?
Absolutely is going to give Charlie Kirk. And
Charlie Kirk. Yeah, Charlie Kirk has the power. Charlie Kirk has this man, Cenk Uygur, so wrapped around his finger that he couldn't even call Charlie Kirk a racist anymore, even though he's got a whole bunch of videos saying Charlie Kirk's a racist, Charlie Kirk's a white supremacist. He couldn't even call him that. When Mark Lamont Hill asked him, do you think Charlie Kirk is a white supremacist? Cenk Uygur basically melted and said, well, I don't think that's helpful terminology. I don't think that if we call him a white supremacist, that's helpful. So who won? Who surrendered? Who bent the knee? Cenk Uygur bent the knee. To who? MAGA.
Bending. There's a lot of bending going on. Now, what was this? You said, I think the guy's name is Billy. But you were saying you'll get back to Billy. Is it Billy or is it Bob?
Which Bob? Billy.
The white man that was talking to Cenk in the beginning. And
Brian.
Okay, sorry, guys. I don't think all white people are named Billy or Bob.
Oh, Brian. No, I got his interview too. But basically, I mean, I think the worst interview that Cenk has done really was with Francesca over at the Bituation Room.
Do you have that clip? Because I saw somebody talk about that. Because
give me a second. Go ahead and give me a
the
second.
reason why that is important, I believe, is she's worked with TYT as well.
She's with them right now.
Okay, so with her being with them right now, and I know how she stands on business with a lot of people and a lot of things. I wonder what that's what that conversation did look like. A lot of people have been speaking up there. Either they left or they've been speaking up to Cenk, but it reminds me of somebody who wants to dictate and is probably putting over each person's head. Like, if you speak up against me, it may not go good for you, or we can flip this and let's talk on your show. But every time he gets to the point, and I've seen him do this tactic, hey, like, you know, I'm always going to talk about Olay because I don't like the way they try to do my friend, but my friend could say it's 10 toes down. Olay, come on our show so we can actually have a conversation and clear things up. Get on the show and it's like attack, or change the whole dynamic of what the conversation was supposed to be about. Cenk is he's a pro at doing that. And I've never seen Anna. Anna went from somebody who you would think stood on business, right? She went to somebody every day. It's giving Karen, like, but they're talking about me. Why are you saying that about me? How could you? It's me. It's me, Anna Kasparian. He said my last name wrong, and I'm what? What did she say? She's Iranian or she's Armenian.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you're being racist by trying to say my last name wrong. Ma'am, ain't you the one that said black folks put fear in you? Ain't you that same one? Ain't you the one that started giving excuses as well as Cenk for how cops are treating black people? Ain't you the one that was talking about LGBTQIA plus community in as if they're the problem with today's world? You're that person. You are that person. So let's not. Anywho, let's see what our girlfriend said to Cenk.
All right, it's going to start off with him speaking. This is Cenk speaking to Charlie Kirk.
The same constitutional rights.
I want to ask you guys something. Do you believe that trans Americans should have the same constitutional rights as all Americans to employment, healthcare, and housing? Constitutional rights.
You got like maybe like a sixth of the audience. There's a couple people clapping very, very no. Okay.
So,
and then
Randy, let's break it down.
This is the best. Wait, this is the best part. You gotta keep watching because it's the best that like not only you get hung out to dry on this, like, and we all agree, shtick that you're on, and they don't meet you, and then Charlie meets you with this
Constitutional right to housing. Well, there is constitutional right to
Is
housing.
it up?
So then he goes like,
yeah, apparently this sped us up.
I
We gotta
agree with you
keep
on the
up.
trans people because he never answered it. He's like, actually, fuck your right to housing anyway. And I know that's not even what the Constitution says. It's just equal protection around housing, right? It doesn't say you have a right to housing. I wish it did. But like, it's just amazing to me. Like, do you see? And you look at him and there's a moment you're just kind of like, there's just this moment and it's just like, what are we doing, Cenk? Like, what's going on here?
See, this is an example. You're being so unbelievably unfair about that interaction. The reason I did that, Franny, and I knew I was taking a big risk.
You were.
Is because I wanted to try to get some of them because I've done it on other right-wing shows and it worked really well. It didn't work really well this time. That's why it was a risk. But I challenged them on how trans people are like every American and they should have constitutional rights.
Well, let's watch a little bit. Let's watch whether you did it. Let's watch whether you did it. Did you do it or not? Did you do it or not?
Important, and you're totally smearing me on a thing that is crazy.
I'm playing you the clip. I'm not smearing you. I'm literally playing the clip. Cenk, I'm playing the clip.
Will you let me talk? I said I had the courage to challenge them on constitutional rights for trans people. You asked me to have the courage to challenge them. I did, and now you're attacking me for it.
No, I'm not attacking you for it. I'm saying you have characterized this.
Look at this. They didn't agree with me.
No. I'm saying
you tried to get them to agree to constitutional rights. That's exactly what we should do. We should say trans people are just like every American citizens, and they should have constitutional rights. I go and have the courage to challenge that audience to that, and then you want to make fun of it? Like
I'm saying.
Agree with you. What do you want? Do you want me to challenge them, or do you not want me to challenge them? Make up your mind.
Now, he didn't talk like this to Mark Lamont Hill, now mind you.
And I think,
by the way, you're not exactly right about that either. So I was in the room.
He started off real like, but did you see what I did, friend? And friend's like, no, let's play the video and let's really see how you really. And then he called her Franny, which lets us know he's trying to, let them know where the relationship is. And then he says, no, you let me talk. So that lets the power dynamic there. Girl, I gave you this job. And I'm open in this position to have this conversation with you exclusively on your channel. Don't play with me. We know what this dynamic is, right? Now, I don't know what this is going to be for people like Fran who are attached to him, because this may be her bread and butter. This may be her coin. You know what I'm saying? And here he is, as they were saying, crashing out because he's okay with going on a show. What did he think, that she was going to speak to him? Hey, Cenk, maybe you can speak to that. She did give him an opportunity, and the man's head turned as if he was an owl and said, now, why would you ever question my motives? And don't you play that video any further to prove your point.
That part. That part. And what's sad about it is that again, I think he was under the because he was bragged about, oh, I'm going to talk to Mark Lamont Hill and Francesca. And so that'll show you guys that I'm not afraid to talk. And then he gets on these shows and he completely crashes out. Why? Because, well, they called out every one of his lies, all of his gaslighting. And I do want to just reemphasize, Cenk didn't even bring one thing I hate more than anything else is when you have a type of energy for one group of people, but you don't have that type of group energy for all groups of people. If you're going to talk to Francesca like that, and I know this is whatever it is, it might be some chivalry style misogyny in me. Maybe I'll own that one. But if you're going to talk to Francesca like that, then why didn't you bring that energy to Mark Lamont Hill, Cenk? This is why I say Cenk is afraid. Deep down, Cenk is a coward. He does not want to fight MAGA because he knows MAGA is a real threat. He knows that MAGA, they're really fascists. And so he's scurrying like a scared little boy to find a place where he can be safe inside of this MAGA machine. Meanwhile, he's bringing all of this yelling and raging against Francesca, but he did not have any of this. He was almost apologetic on Mark Lamont Hill's show, more so than he was here with Francesca. That really bothers me.
No, it bothers me, but I know I've seen when him and Anna get together though, they would literally rip people apart. They will rip people apart on that desk, and then when people question them, they choose, because remember, they do the same thing on Twitter X. They will go through the comment section and they don't attack the biggest person just yet. They'll go and attack the regular schmegula at Rebecca 1234, right? And stick all of their followers onto that person. And then here we are, and he tries to save face because he has a relationship with Fran. I give you a paycheck, good sis. So here we are. I will say, even, with the Mondale situation, mind you, I still can't believe that. I didn't know that it was about Mondale. And
you really were on vacation.
Listen, I really did not. But even with Mondale ain't even Fran level at TYT. And he broke his relationship with them. And that was a whole big thing. Like, listen, I no longer will choose to give you guys my work, my voice, anything. But here they are talking to Fran. They wouldn't go talk to Mondale either. We know that. But here they are talking to Fran on live. And I don't like the way he's trying to, I know they say son, you don't son me. He's trying to daughter her and make it seem like I gave you this platform. I helped you grow. Again, something that they do all the time when Anna and Cenk sit on that desk, they literally will say about people that they just let on their show or whatever that grew on their own. They'll say, I made you. I gave you a platform. They've said this about people who spoke up against them. How dare you speak to me like that when I gave you a platform?
Yep.
And they don't get to do that. So I'm interested. I'm glad that Fran is one of the people that are still working for them that spoke out and questioned Cenk. And I'm interested to see where this is going to go, where this is going to lead. But like, I had to turn down, even this year alone, working with some people, just for their names and stuff, because it wasn't something that I could no longer do because I knew who they were and what their background really was. So Fran is great enough on her own. The girl's amazing. And so if, working with them I would love to see her she got her own thing going.
I hated her having to show the patience of a mother.
She usually gets into, so she respects them, which I know that there's a relationship that's personal. So I really, and she is a mother, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can tell she demonstrates. I know what the patience of a mother is because I see my wife deal with it all the time. It's like, I could and I should and I want to, but I'm just going to let that one slide for the sake of the greater peace. And she did that through the entire interview. Like, she really could have ripped his guts out logically and politically and just on general principle. But she just has so much patience throughout that entire thing. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, man, that's the patience of a mother. And probably generally speaking, just the patience of a woman generally, because I'm guessing that this is not anything new to any of y'all in the audience, or you either, Rebecca, watching.
No, that's why I peeped it immediately. You're not going to sit here, and it's always when the woman speaks. That has happened to me on air so many times with people. As soon as I speak, it's the louder tone. It's a, who are you? Who you think you are? And, the moment, especially Fran, she ain't even black. Now, we know she's a girl who speaks her mind and has spoke her mind from the day that she got into this whole thing, that she got into politics. We know her for that. But Cenk is trying to belittle her. Somebody said punch down. And she's giving him on her big platform as well, where people actually trust what she says. People actually like her. So she's giving, and this is somebody who also has a funny bone. We know she's a comedian. So we know she has this heart that she gets on people, but she also has this way of making it soft and, still talking about your behind and making sure the point lands. But she has a comedic way of doing it. I seen her really trying to really hold it in and try not tell him off. So respect to Fran for respecting him in their relationship that they do have, because I can tell there's a personal one. But at the same time, Cenk tried it. He tried it, and he's going to keep trying. He's going to keep on walking into these rooms or into these podcasts or with these people he have relationships with. And the same way that I say about Talcum, this is the same way Talcum has burned bridges the same exact way. People used to speak
Talcum,
for him.
What is a Talcum?
Talcum X.
Who?
Talcum X. They call him Talcum X.
Who that?
Sean King.
Okay, there you go. Everybody don't know.
Yeah. So with just like that, the relationships in the beginning, you see these people are the strongest, and then they turn around, and all of the relationships that they've built with people are like, I no longer want to say this person's name. I no longer want, but this person has tore us down. And with him, the way that he speaks, particularly to women that have had some kind of relationship with him, as far as a professional one, the way that he speaks to women who question him is, who are you even to speak to me?
That's right.
You're nothing.
Yeah.
I've made you, or I don't even know you,
Yep.
or blacklist that person. Don't even, all kinds of things. So here we are, and seeing Cenk go around and do the exact same thing. It's not surprising. It's always your favorite person, right? In the cut, turns out that they're not who they said that they were, but they're okay with walking around and saying that. And once you try to sit them down and have the conversation with them on a, hey, can you explain this further? Explain yourself, right? Turns out, don't ever talk to me like that again. Do you know who cuts your checks? Do you know who you're talking to? You were nothing before me. And Fran is everything and more.
Yeah. Rebecca, our equipment is like today is on a strike.
Yeah, because I didn't have things on the charger. I ain't gonna hold you. But because me and my sister, and this is the truth, me and my sister were doing the recording, and we recorded our Christmas songs and everything for you guys.
Oh,
but my sister was sick as hell. So we recorded like 65 of them. I cut my finger trying to do I got cuts all over my hand trying to do the whole setup. It was a really nice setup. She had on her green dress. I had on my green dress. We went to singing, and Sissy's voice was cracking, and I said, I cannot, my sister's representation of me, and we couldn't do it. So we said that we'll just sing another song some other time when she's better. But there is a flu going around like nobody's business, honey. It's the flu, and she wasn't flu. I thank God that I didn't get sick, but Sissy she wasn't hitting notes. I wasn't harmonizing. It wasn't right.
Well, I'm looking forward to the content anyway.
Yeah, so I'll put it out. I do, and I played. I was gonna put out like our little behind the scenes, but my sister was looking. I told her she was looking casket sharp.
Ooh, Lord.
She was looking flush, and I said, "No, I ain't gonna have her out there." But she was so excited. She was all like giving her, "Hi, my name is Melinda. And I'm a deaconess at my church, and at the same time I am somebody." Oh yeah, she was ordained as a deaconess not too long ago. So yeah, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Look, I said I wasn't talking about TYT. I ain't gonna bring it up. Ben is now going to be the one to discuss TYT. He has something coming for you. Cenk wanted the smoke, and Ben said he's gonna bring it, but not.
Well, Cenk lied on me, so that he said that the reason I left TYT was because of Dr. Rashad Ritchie,
and you cleared that up on the Vanguard.
Yeah. Well, no. I haven't thoroughly cleaned it up. I've just mentioned it once or twice, but just the nerve of that Turkish man to try to come between two black men. And that's some white supremacist stuff, just the unmitigated caucasity of him. But then even more importantly than that, like I honestly don't even care about that so much as the fact that right now we need progressive media doing what it needs to do, what it's supposed to be doing, which is fighting back against MAGA. Like, let's just be real, Rebecca. The last thing we need is for somebody from progressive media to be fondling the prostate of MAGA, just sitting there like, oh, can I get a few dollars, please?
How my pastor said, from 2819, because I go to his church now. What he said was swinging from the testicles.
Come on. Come on.
The pastor said this. I said, oh my God. But yes, Cenk is swinging from the progressives that y'all love so much are swinging from the low hanging testicles of MAGA.
Come on. Like at this juncture in history, when they have the potential of completely destroying the American democracy, deporting 20 million migrants, just attacking every community, marginalized community. I mean, look at how mad they are that they can't attack immigrants from India on an H-1B visa. Like, they're so mad, they're ready to destroy the entirety of the MAGA movement. And in the middle of this, you've got, let me put it, because I want to make sure his face stays up on the screen so people can, see who we're talking about. In the middle of this, you got Cenk Uygur, who is saying, oh, I represent the left. Every time he goes on any of these platforms, what does he say, Rebecca? He says, I run the biggest progressive media network in the country.
Every day.
Every time he goes on. And then he says, that's why you should listen to me. And, oh, what am I saying? I'm saying that we should unify with the right. Nah, man, it's time out for that. That's dangerous. That's wrong. That's an abuse of money. That's an abuse of the trust that all the people who spent millions of dollars investing in them did. Right? That's a bait and switch. That's a turncoat. That's a coward. That's Cenk Uygur.
On period. And that's Cenk Uygur. That's also Anna Kasparian.
Yes.
Okay. That's also, like I said, Sean King. That's also a lot of other people that we put in position for any marginalized or whatever, or to be our leadership or to be our voices, or who were, when they start off anything that they're saying with their resume, you're already big. You're already there. I don't need you to keep coming on because these people are calling out the truth. And it's making you so upset that you're trying to do a digital world tour to state your case, but you're actually proving exactly people's points and exactly who you are. And that's why I say to people, hey, please, sometimes you may not, it's one thing not to agree with probably a talking point of your favorite, journalist, personality analyst, commentator, whatever. But when the person is standing in the dog crap and covering themselves in it, rolling around in it, now they're inviting flies over to have a party. Please look at them for what they are. This is not just an opinion. They believe this about you. The same person that said that they were there to support you and to help you and be an ally to you and bring voices into that space and to protect them, they're now doing the exact opposite. And they've been doing it. We've been calling it out for over a year now. And if you choose to continue to follow that, that's your business. But please, just like MAGA, just like we told MAGA, and just like we told the people that had voted for Donald Trump, don't come over here crying about it. Don't come over here crying about it. We've been telling you for a while. We said it. Find another space to get your content that feels protected, that feels safe. Yeah. TYT does not feel safe. Every time they go live, it's never about the news. It's never, they selfish behind us on there. And now it's become some kind of entertainment show that they're fighting everybody, even the people in their own camp. That's very telling. So.
Well,
I mean, that's where I was at with it. I didn't know what we were going today because I literally was like, I just want to get on here to make sure that people know we're still here. We're still here. I know you said you're coming out with
Of
some.
course we're here. Of course we're here.
Yeah, I know you said you're coming out with some more videos and things of that sort. This week coming up.
Yeah, possibly this weekend, but it most likely will be Monday before I get all of it done, because there's a lot of stuff I need to catch up on in terms of just, you know, doing a whole explainer on some things. Cenk is just one of them, and you know, Cenk is worthwhile talking, discussing because of the role he plays in society, but he's just, you know, he's just kind of a symptom, right? We got this entire thing that's going on with MAGA, with Elon Musk, with the whole power shift. So I'm going to cover that. Also want to talk about al-Jawlani rather, out of Syria, who really has an amazing story. I think people really should kind of tune in to what this brother did, how he was able to organize all of the factions in Syria that had been divided. When you get divided and conquered, that's all they do, man. That's all the powerful do, from white supremacists all the way down to dictators like Bashar al-Assad. And you had this young guy who used to be a religious zealot who turned and said, you know what, I can't do that anymore, because if I'm going to stay a religious zealot, I'm not going to be able to unify the people to defeat this dictator. And so he unified the people, all of the factions in Syria, and they got together, and in 11 days they defeated Bashar al-Assad as well as Vladimir Putin, who was helping him out. And now they've been liberated. They're free. And even better than that, he's made guarantees. He's given guarantees to minorities, to Christians there. Syria's predominantly Muslim, but he's given protection, security guarantees to minorities and Christians. And it's such a wonderful story. I think people, I don't know how the story is going to end. You never know with people. Like, he starts off to be really, really good, and then in 10 years, he turns out to be really, really bad. I don't know. But right
Look,
now,
we ain't got no trust in nobody.
Right. Listen, I keep my eye on everybody. Like, just because I support you today don't mean I'm going to support you in the long run. Like, if you
just know I can take my support away at any time.
Listen, I reserve the right to change my mind at any time, because if you turn cold on democracy, and you turn coat on the fair treatment of minorities, and you turn coat and go and support MAGA like Cenk you did, of course we have the right to reject our support for them. But in the immediate term, it looks like a good story to show how we unite against a dictator.
100%.
That's what I want to do. So
so what's 2025 going to look like for you?
You never know. I'm hoping to show some folks some stuff in artificial intelligence, because quiet as it's kept, I'm kind of an AI assassin, AI ninja over here, and just quietly just doing my thing. So I'm hoping to demonstrate some stuff with AI in the new year, but that's all depending on the Lord, whether or not I get permission to drop the receipts or not, you know.
Because we got to make sure we got to get the permission from Heavenly Father.
Got to get permission. Can't just go out here and just say anything.
Because I'll be like, Lord, can I do it? Because maybe I'm ready. What's going on? But no, that's good. That's good. I haven't had any chance to really sit down. I feel like I've been on the go trying to get my life, in order before the new year. But I don't even know. But I know there's gonna be more content coming up. It's just good. I want to be at a place where this is it for me, where I'm doing this, and this is what it is. So we're working on more content and things coming up. I got another show I'm working on as far as on my channel, where it's going to be kind of like, remember when we have Reality Check with Rebecca Azor? It's gonna be it's gonna be something similar to that. Now I want to of course go into the softer things in life, because I've been in politics all this time. I want you guys to see how my real life is, because politics I don't let it consume me. I have the conversations about it. I make sure that I learn about it. I know about it. We get on here and we have our conversations for sure. Important ones, especially helping people learn about what is going on and what isn't, and things that you can do and what I feel about it. Okay. But outside of that, we all got to live our good little lives, right? Yeah. And so, Rebecca has a soft life. She and I would like to, show you guys that as well. So all those things that I think I want to work on, but it's about packaging it and putting it out. And again, I told you guys, my little brother is going to be my editor. So let's see how that goes. And
See, Rebecca, real quick, and if you would drop your Cash App in the chat room so I can put it on the screen because I don't have those. But this is why I want to do this clip on Al Jawani. Somebody said in the comment section, like with Gaddafi. Here, I'll put it on the screen. Hang on. Let's see if I can find it. Like with Gaddafi. Where did it go? Where did it go? I'll just read it then because I can't find it to put on the screen. I have it over here on the other screen. They said, like with Gaddafi, Syria is looking dark with the U.S. doing regime change. Syria has been in a civil war for the last 13 years. 13 years, all because Bashar al-Assad did not want to share power. He didn't want to relinquish power. He used chemical weapons on his own people. The United States, as much as we interfere everywhere globally, was unable to do much of anything in Syria because of Vladimir Putin's troops on the ground there, Vladimir Putin's navy on the ground there. That war was dominated by Vladimir Putin. It was the people of Syria who are celebrating now, including Christians, not just Muslims, but Christians and atheists. The people of Syria who fought against Bashar al-Assad, who unified underneath al-Jawani, and now have declared a new Independence Day for Syria. So I got to do the video because a lot of my friends on the left, they kind of fall down into this thinking of anything that happens on the international stage that is positive, connected to the United States of America, is evil because it's connected to the United States of America. And that kind of thinking really destroys international solidarity. What we need right now is international solidarity. And if there is a lion over in Syria who is going to stand behind democracy and the protection of minority rights, y'all gonna watch this solidarity forum globally. Watch us. Watch us. But anyway, sorry, Rebecca. Let me see. Where'd you put your comment at so I can put it up on the screen?
In our private chat.
Like it's not time for us to go, right?
Yeah, in our private chat. It's almost 5 minutes. We got 5 more minutes. But it's in our private chat. You see that right there?
So I can put it on the screen.
Where do I put it?
Put it in any chat room. Any chat room.
Okay, it should come up here. Look, but I was gonna say you made a really good point though. I think we live here in America. You see it there? It should be there. We live here in America, and I feel like it is a disservice to us to view everything that's associated with America. I know it's easy. Listen, I know it's easy to do so. Like I'm a product of immigrants. I'm Haitian. I'm Haitian through and through, all the way around. That was born in America, first generation. They are attacking my people at like nobody's business. But when something good does happen, a law that's passed, people that are associated, whatever, anything that's attached to America, something, an organization does what they're supposed to do for this country, another country, something. It's okay for us to say, hey, this is where this is good. This is what's positive. This is what's helpful. We know the system here is garbage. We know the people in leadership don't care about us, but there is somebody somewhere that may be attached to something in the other country that is actually being helpful. And it may be somebody American or whatever, but it's okay for us to say this American thing is good. This American person or this American law, I know it sucks, but when we start actually being real about things, instead of having this this displaced outrage for everything, I think that it'll help us be able to tackle the true issues, right? If we place the outrage where it's supposed to go. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. And amen. Listen, we're getting out of here. I think there's 100 and some odd people on your channel, Rebecca. There's 624 who are still watching on my channel. Shout out to each and every one of you.
Shout out to over 100.
What we're getting ready to say and ask and do. If you do not have, let me start here. Here's how you can support us. Number one, share. If you haven't hit the share button, if you haven't hit the like button, you haven't hit the subscribe button, those things are absolutely free. Please do those things right now. Now, number two, become a patron. Rebecca, patreon.com/what?
Rebecca Azor. Rebecca Azor. That's my first and last name. That's who I am.
Go and support Rebecca Azor on a monthly basis. If you so choose to have a moment and a free $1, a free $5, a free $20 that you might be getting ready to go spend on 2 cups of coffee at Starbucks, send that to Rebecca. Becca's Voice. It's on your screen. Cash App, Becca's Voice. If you don't have it to give, then by all means, don't. We're not asking for you to give it. I'm talking about those folks who sitting back and say, "Oh, I might blow $100 today on a bottle of on a cheap bottle of wine." If you've got disposable income like that, help your sister out so she can keep doing what she's doing, because the turnaround is coming. Rebecca, the turnaround is coming for sure. I know that there is 2025 is really going to be a year for us to do what we do, and we do so well through media. In the meantime, help your sister get there. If you have an extra coin, Cash App at Becca's Voice.
At Becca's Voice.
$ Becca's Voice.
Becca's Voice. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Just want to shout out Carrie Shaw. Thank you so much. And Laura, Captain Black Sparrow, Omega Star, Dennis. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. And the people who Ben has posted up on the screen who already gave. Yeah. There we
Rachel
go.
Atwood, thank you for your $2. To be honest, Screech was a sex pest who harassed Lisa 24/7. You know what she's talking about?
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. Omega Star, thank you for your $10, $9.99. Who wants to bet on when Elon gets deported? I give it 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as Donald Trump is done with them, I guarantee you that's when you're gonna see him.
It won't even be deportation though, but I'll give him 6 months to be in Donald Trump's little cabinet. Go ahead.
Narayan, Narayan.
No, you said it right. I think it was Narayan.
Narayan. Okay, great. Thank you so much for that help. Thank you for the super stick or super chat. How do we help keep this divide amongst MAGA long enough to affect 2026 or 2028? And actually, I saw this one and I commented on it at the time, but absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, inflame it. For instance, if you see Christian nationalists gathering together, remind Christian nationalists that are Catholic how much Christian nationalists who are Catholic hate Christian nationalists who are Protestant. Remind them of the Reformation. Remind them of all the reasons they killed each other for 30 years during the 30 Years' War. Remind them that they really don't like each other. Why? Is that like a good, nice thing to do? Is that like a really biblical Christian thing to do? No. But we're operating in a world of really evil people. And if we let those evil people coalesce, then they're going to coalesce to our own demise and our destruction. And Jesus ain't never told me I had to sit back and watch people scam on my life, plot on my life. So that's how you divide and conquer. You divide and conquer them the way they have been dividing and conquering us, and keep that up for the next 3-4 years. Andrew, thanks for the $10. Here's a little cash. Can't be spending that much in the next few months. Well, thank you. Listen, that $10 is amazing. Thank you for that. Django Fett, $3 for a super sticker. Thank you so much for that. Doug A, thank you for the super sticker for $5. Charlie, thank you so much for the $5. Candace Owens, Marxist body double.
Conservatives spend the last 20 years shitting on college, and now it's shocked Pikachu face when they learn Americans are smart enough for these jobs. It's true. It's true.
She sent another
The smartest thing we can do is push POC into these jobs, people of color into these jobs, while white folks are on their unschooling arc, making their kids unironically illiterate. Them kids don't know not a thing.
Dang.
Okay. They don't know nothing, but they're protected though. And once they fall off, they go right into what? Rehab. And they get what? Father's business. Okay. Daddy's good business. They still get a seat at H table. All right.
Here's the next one. They were on it. Thank you for 3 of them back to back.
Just tell the hogs Beyonce's kids know how to read above a 3rd grade level.
My God. Y'all are cold-blooded. My goodness. I love the energy.
Rachel Atwood, the establishment has absolutely no meaning now.
She's talking about Cenk as he's sitting on stage with the establishment. Charlie Kirk is the establishment, Cenk Uygur. What are we talking about here?
And he was giving
go ahead.
Cenk was sitting there like when you had replayed it, I'm looking like he's like, so watch this. Do y'all like bread? They were like, boo.
We
Charlie.
all like each other now.
Charlie. And Charlie's like, look what I did for you.
Yeah.
Look what I did for you.
And now Cenk Uygur can't call Charlie Kirk a racist. Funny how that works.
We're friends. Bipartisanship, right?
Mm-hmm. French, the 1LVZ presents Bars said, thank you first of all for the $5, said, Francesca did a great job. So did Mark Lamont Hill. I'm still mad about him telling us saying white supremacist is helpful. That's Cenk. Yeah. Like, it's wild, bro. Whose side are you on now? Clearly has made it sure. Sasha G, thank you for the $5 super sticker. We really appreciate you. Any last thoughts? All hearts and minds are clear?
Our hearts and minds are clear. I love you guys so much, mean it. And by this time, we'll see you in 2025. I'll probably have a video out before then. Stay tuned for that on my channel. Ben, is all hearts
and minds are clear.
How you say it? It's tongue twisting, but good. I love that for you. Make sure you
wait. We got one come in at the last second. Hang on.
I love it.
Super chat came in the last second. Let's see if we can get him in there.
It ain't coming from my page. David Morris.
That was on my page. David Morris. Thank you for the 10 was that francs or euros? Gotta be not euros, but pounds. In the end, Cenk's arrogance has been his downfall, basically. And it needs to be the complete and total downfall of Cenk. I don't really want to say of TYT because I know so many people who work over there that are great people, but if Cenk is TYT, then it is what it is. No more money needs to go to Cenk Uygur until he gets his act together.
Absolutely.
Period. So, all right, everybody. Rebecca, all my heart and my minds are clear.
Oh yeah, that's me too. Listen, I love you guys so much and I mean it. I want you guys to take care of yourself. Do not wait until 2025 to cut that person off, break up with that person, start something new, do something new for yourself. Sit down, sleep, rest, whatever good thing that you need to do for you started today. You don't have to wait till 2025. 2025 is just a new year, right? Which is great that we can use it as a starting point, but who says it has to be the starting point when you can start now? I love you guys so much. Mean it. I'll see you in 20. The work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like it or not, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for like it or not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. It's time for like it or not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show like it or not. Rebecca Azor is in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, or real life ish. I live in life in the ATL.